Snax on. Snax on Sports. You feel me? We finna talk this motherfucking these San Francisco 49ers, man, and these Golden State Warriors. And the glorious Sunday that it was. You dig? I'm just trying to get to my little spot over here and pull over, or one of my little spots. I got a couple little spots. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to do this at the house over there at wifey's spot, but I can't smoke in there, so and I like to get loose. You know what I mean? Smoke a little bit while I'm doing my little live. You feel me? So coming to one of my little spots over here to get it in and talk to y'all. You know what I mean? Holla at y'all. See what y'all on, gang. You feel me? Man. What's going on with y'all, man? Snax on Sports. I'm back with another one. You feel me? And yeah, so yesterday, you know, it's top of the week, Monday morning. It's not the top of the morning no more, because it's 12 noon where I'm at. But, damn, bro, where's my... I know I had another blunt in this thing. Don't tell me I left my blunts, bro, and I gotta go all the way back up. I did, but okay. So, yeah. Top of the week, you know what I mean? Monday morning quarterback, you know what I'm saying, and all that, you know what I'm saying? Big win for the who should I talk about first? The Niners or the Warriors? I think I'm gonna go with the Niners first. Niners, you know what I'm saying? Niners got the win yesterday against the Chicago Bears here in the Bay Area. You dig? And a much needed win. You know what I'm saying? Because the previous 2 weeks, we was just getting blown out, man. You know what I'm saying? What up with all my peoples, though? Previous week, we got blown out by the Bills, and we got blown out by the Packers. And those two games sent us to, man, as y'all coming in, man, hit the like and subscribe. You feel me? But, so, the Niners, you know, the season ain't really going. It hasn't went according to plan this year. We were supposed to be contending for a Super Bowl. It is not over for us, even though the season hadn't went. So we were 5-5 after those last two losses. We went to 5-7, but the way we lost those games in blowout fashion, just getting straight up trampled, straight blown the fuck out, it gave the majority of the fans and some local media members, you know, it just gave it gave off for lack of a better word, an aura of the Niners. It just made it up. The last two losses, the way we got blown out, I think it made it seem a little worse than what it was. You know what I'm saying? A loss is a loss. You know what I'm saying? But so we fast forward to yesterday. The Niners got the win against the Bears, a much needed win. They look like the Niners 4 to 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And so they done their thing, man. And now that puts us at 6-7 with 4 games. And what is our schedule? I know we got the Lions coming up. So we got the Rams coming up on Thursday night, this Thursday night, and we owe them. You know what I'm saying? We got to get some get back on them because they beat us earlier in the year, and it was one of those games that we should have won. You know what I'm saying? Brat min bitan baut uchuga bayaji. I don't know what the fuck that means, but salute to you, my guy. You feel me? Or girl, you know what I'm saying? Or he, she, you know what I'm saying? You know the ways of the world today, you know what I'm saying? But maybe he said it as he said it. What was I saying? So the Niners went ahead and got the win. You know what I'm saying? We 6-7. So we got the Rams coming up, and we owe the Rams because we owe them a little. We got to get a little get back. Got to get a little payback. You know what I'm saying? They beat us earlier in the year in a game that we should have beat them. We had the lead. You know what I'm saying? We had the game, and for whatever reason, choked away another late game lead. And so we lost against the Rams. So we get a chance to get some get back against them. I believe we will win. Now, the Rams are coming off a very impressive win against the Buffalo Bills, a team that we got blown out by last week. And the Rams just beat them. So, oddly enough, the Rams, when healthy, seem to be a team that, I don't think they're better than that. I think talent for talent, team for team, just, pound for pound, so to speak, where the Niners are the better team. You know what I'm saying? Than the Los Angeles Rams. But the Rams do have a Super Bowl in recent memory. They still have the coach and the quarterback that took that team to a Super Bowl title. And so, no, they don't have Aaron Donald anymore. But they are still, when they're healthy, they team that could be a threat. You feel me? But the real question is a hot dog a sandwich? No. I wouldn't consider a hot dog a sandwich. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? A hot dog is a hot dog. You know what I'm saying? Hot dog ain't a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? So, at least to me, I'm not mad at somebody that comes from a background where they call a hot dog a sandwich. You feel me? Is a hamburger a sandwich? A hamburger can be classified as a sandwich. You understand me? A Bridget from Detroit to Chicago, we would be like connecting Gotham City to another Gotham City. Y'all be on here with the trolling. Do you add sandwiches to your food? Do I add sandwiches to my food? Great question. Not a question that I've been asked before, might I say. You know what I'm saying? That's a new one on me. You dig? But depends on what type of food I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? If I'm eating a steak and mashed potatoes, you know what I'm saying, with some green beans, I probably am not gonna add a sandwich to that. You understand me? But if I'm snacking on some shit, some chips. I got some juice, maybe a little, not dark colored soda, like a Sprite, a 7-Up. You know what I mean? And I want to give it that, you know what I'm saying? Give it that, Yeah, I might add a little salami sandwich, a little tuna sandwich. You did? But, nah. So, the 49ers are a better team, I believe, than the Rams. But, so, I think that the Niners should, if they the Niners that I think they are, they should come into this motherfucking game with a little bit of an extra chip on their shoulder, knowing that they essentially got to win out to make the playoffs. We've done it before. And you're playing against a division rival, and you're playing against a team that you should have beat earlier in the year, and you threw away the game to them. You know what I'm saying? So that should be all the motivation that you need. Go Ravens. Ravens doing their thing. Hey, the Ravens, did the Ravens play yesterday, or do they play tonight? I can't remember. I can't remember. I don't remember hearing about the Ravens playing yesterday. Maybe they did and I just overlooked it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really tapped in as much as I usually am. Oh, okay. Y'all on a bye. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, I didn't hear nothing about the Ravens this week. You know what I'm saying? And even when I don't watch all the games, I still would, see highlights or hear about, them winning or losing or Lamar Jackson or whatever. So, okay, y'all on a bye week. Okay, bet. I fuck with Lamar. I fuck with Lamar off the top. You feel me? And yeah, so hey, Ravens gearing up for another run, man. Let's see if y'all can get it done. You know what I'm saying? We needed this mental health break. Yep, man. Every team, man, when especially with y'all taking y'all bye week, with y'all having y'all bye week a little later in the season. Yeah, I'm sure. I know it's a few players that needed, an extra week off just to heal up a little bit and all that. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, the Niners got the Rams coming up. We got to win that. We should win that. If they go into the game in this week how I believe that they should and will, then you know what I'm saying, I feel like games. Man, Justin Tucker, it's some wild shit. I'm like, damn, how the fuck you go from the greatest kicker of all time to the worst kicker of all time in 1 year and shit? You know what I'm saying? Now, don't nothing that Justin Tucker do this year or his poor performance this year cannot take away from all the clutch kicks that he's had throughout his career. So it don't take away none of that. But I mean, damn. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Max Kellerman. He coined the phrase falling off a cliff. Justin Tucker done fell off that damn cliff. You understand me? Like it just don't make no sense, but I guess it happens. But yeah, hopefully this week off, do Justin Tucker right. I don't know if he got something going on at home or I don't know what the fuck going on, bro, but that nigga been missing more kicks in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I know the Niners, we got 4 games coming up. I know one of the games, I know we got the Rams on Thursday, and I know we still got the Lions. It's like Joe Flacco. As soon as he starts messing up, we act like he never done anything for us. Listen, Tom, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, bro. You sound like a level-headed fan, and I am as well, bro, because out here in the Bay Area, and I believe it's just a sign of the times. It's a sign of this era's sports fan. And it's kind of the media kind of puts a battery in the back of these fans, you know what I'm saying? But the reason why I say that, and I agree with what you say, it's like Joe Flacco, as soon as he starts messing up, we act like he never done anything for us. Like, that's exactly how I feel about Kyle Shanahan. And even if I even go to basketball with the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr and Draymond Green. Like, now Steve Kerr is a man that has coached 4 championship teams. 4. Okay? Not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 4. And been to 6 finals. You would think this guy is the worst coach in the history of the NBA if you listen to sports talk radio and hear these fans calling in talking about Steve Kerr. All of a sudden, just because, you know, we've had to our standards, you know what I'm saying, we've had a few down years. It's like, so 1 or 2 down years is gonna erase everything that this man has done. He done brought 4 championships. Like, it's like these fans, they get spoiled, bro. Like, they don't understand, bro, that like the Warriors made winning championships look so easy that the fans just think that you're supposed to win a championship every year. And if you don't win it, like, you're a fucking bum. Get them out of here. Like, bro, what the fuck? So I get it. I totally get that comment, bro. You know what I'm saying? Joe Flacco, sure, he may not be the best quarterback of all time, this, that, but he's a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback. He was a great quarterback in his prime. Will he go to the Hall of Fame? Probably not. But that doesn't mean he wasn't a good player or even a great player. He was a great player. And that run that you guys had, in what was it, 2012? And you know, I know, because y'all beat us in that Super Bowl, okay? That run that he had that year, that playoff run, that was one of the most historic quarterback runs in history, beating the fucking... They was one of the high-flying offenses. Then they beat... I believe they beat the Patriots, if I'm not mistaken, that in that playoff run too. And then they beat us. They beat the Niners. You know what I'm saying? When we had Colin Kaepernick and we had a ferocious defense. Okay? With Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, and Justin Smith, Alden Smith. You know, I mean, you know, they had a hellacious defense. And so bringing the champ, to me, any team that I'm a fan of, if a player helps, they good with me forever. I'm not saying that like, so for example, let's go back to the Warriors. No, do I put Steph Curry and fucking Leandro Barbosa or Sean Livingston or fucking Nick Young or Jordan Poole on the same level? No. But Jordan Poole is not Steph Curry. Sean Livingston is not Steph Curry. David Lee is not Steph Curry. Mo Spates. But they help bring a championship, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they forever good with me. They was a part of a team that helped. They were a part of a team that won a championship for a team that I root for. You know what I'm saying? So they always good with me. You know what I'm saying? But Joe Flacco, dude, like Joe Flacco, like, no Baltimore Ravens fan should have anything negative to say about Joe Flacco at all. Like, he brought you a fucking Super Bowl, bro. Like, that's forever. You always got bragging rights because of that. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's this what have you done for me lately attitude. I'm the type of fan. I'm an old school fan. I'm the type of fan. If you bring me a championship, that gives you that to me. That gives you at least 3 to 5 of being able to fuck up. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like it just does. You know what I'm saying? Uriel Jr. Right on, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm speaking nothing but straight facts. You know what I'm talking about? I do that fairly often. But man, so that's the type of fan that I am. I'm a loyal fan. Okay? I'm not no wishy-washy fan. I'm not one of these fans that when we up and we winning, everything is all good. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as it's a little bump in the road, all of a sudden I'm like, fire this person, trade this person. And you're talking about coaches and players that help bring championships. Now, as far as the 49ers, have they closed the deal? No, they haven't closed the deal. They've lost to fucking Patrick Mahomes twice. I'm not saying that like it's okay, like it's an excuse, but I am saying there's no shame in losing to Patrick Mahomes. It's fucking Patrick Mahomes. What the 49ers have had the past 4 to 5 years is the closest thing. I know this makes sound kind of idiotic and stupid, and and oxymoronic, but what the 49ers have had the past 4 or 5 years is the closest thing to a dynasty that you can get without actually winning a championship. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say it's the same thing with Kyle Shanahan. You would think that like the year that the 49ers have had this year, bro, you would think that Kyle Shanahan has been here for 7 years and every year has been like this. You know what I'm saying? Like they talk like I say this a lot. Your track record has to mean something. Uriel says, I'm a Niner fan and respect Flacco. You got to. You got to respect him. He won a Super Bowl. How can you not? Like me, it's the same thing with like Matthew Stafford. I put like Matthew Stafford and Joe Flacco kind of like on the same level. Both great quarterbacks. Both may not get into the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? But they're kind of like right there, but they may not get in. Matthew Stafford may have a little bit of more of a shot. I feel like without knowing this off the top of my head, but I feel like that's across the course of his entire career is, probably better, and I think he's probably sustained, how good he is as a quarterback a little bit longer than Joe Flacco, even though a lot of Matt Stafford's years were on bad teams in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? But I think his stats are there though. You know what I'm saying? To go along with the one Super Bowl win that he does have. You know what I'm saying? But I put them kind of like on the same level. I'm not like no big Matthew Stafford fan or whatever, but you got to respect how great of a quarterback he is. No, he ain't fucking Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or fucking, Joe Montana or Patrick Mahomes or no shit like that. But he won a Super Bowl. And he beat my team to get to the Super Bowl and win it. So like, you got to respect it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I respect Flacco. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah. Like I hate how because this is the thing that I have with fans nowadays. It's like the things that you complain about when the team is losing. You don't complain about those things when the team is winning. So the same things that I hear people say, and another thing about it, because fans they really don't understand how much they don't know shit. You don't know fucking nothing, bro. So now you got motherfuckers talking about they're doing the same thing with Brock Purdy right now. Oh, Brock Purdy, he's showing that he isn't worth 60 million. Dude, like, you guys don't understand how this shit works. I don't even understand how this shit works. But I heard one of the local, now, y'all know how I feel about the media. Fuck the media. But there are a few media members that I do respect because I feel like they get it right. They're not all about sensationalizing drama and getting the fans all fired up. You know what I'm saying? With bullshit. And there's a guy out here in the Bay Area. I believe he's based in the Bay Area because he covers the Niners. His name is Michael Lombardi. And he was on Saturday. I was listening to the local radio station out here. And they asked him a question about, he came on for, a little, sometimes, how they bring the media members on for interviews to talk about teams that they cover and stuff like that. So he came on for a little 15, 20-minute interview, and he was asked that. He was asked about Brock Purdy, and all of a sudden people being like, oh, he ain't worth this, he ain't worth that. And his response, I remember what he said. I remember what he said word for word, but essentially what he was saying, what he said is exactly how I feel. It's like, bro, for one, it's the going market rate, bro. 50, 55, 60 million dollars. He's gonna get that. Like, and for one, he's gonna get that because the 49ers, like, these fans are stupid, bro. They've already budgeted for this. Like, they already have his money put away. Like, they know what the fuck they're doing. And not only that, the fans don't realize that there are scenarios to where you could sign Brock Purdy to essentially 60 million a year, but structure the contract to where a lot of the money is more along the back end, or like there's ways to do it. Like, the fans just look at it from a simplistic, oh, he ain't worth 60 million. Like, and so all of that I just said, which is what he said, and for two, is like, what more do we need to see from Brock Purdy? This is not a fluke. Like players don't just come into the league, bro, and just take teams to the Super Bowl and back-to-back NFC championship games, and then you could just throw them away. You feel me? Just because you feel like, bro, it's so many different circumstances. The reason why it's a collective thing, bro. Like, what's going on with the Niners this year ain't got nothing to do with because Brock Purdy has regressed or this and that. Like, it's a whole bunch of shit going on. Like, if you can't see that Brock Purdy is the guy already after 2.5 years, 3 years, whatever you've been, like, you just stupid as fuck. You just dumb. These type of players, these type of quarterbacks just don't grow on trees, bro. Okay? There's, like, all the facts show it. There was a quarterback ahead of him by the name of Trey Lance that the 49ers moved up and traded draft picks and all that shit away to get him, okay? He was supposed to be better than Brock Purdy. He was ahead of him in the depth chart and all of that. He wasn't very good. I never wanted us to draft Trey Lance, not nothing against him, but just because I was one of the rare fans that was a Jimmy G guy. Not saying Jimmy G was the perfect quarterback and this and that. Like, I never said that, but I know sports. I know what I see. And I seen Jimmy G take us to the Super Bowl. I remember the year that he had that year. And I remembered the fact that the only issue that I ever had with Jimmy G and that I could agree with anybody is injury. Yes, he would occasionally have some Jimmy no throws. Quarterback doesn't, bro. Every quarterback throws interceptions. Look at fucking Josh Allen. Look at fucking Joe Burrow. Everybody throws interceptions, bro. Don't just single this out to Jimmy G. Okay? The fact of the matter with me is that I know how hard it is to win, bro, in these leagues, bro. And I'm about winning as a fan. I'm about winning, bro. So my point in saying that is to say, with Jimmy G at the helm, he showed me enough for me to know and believe that, okay, we can win with him. I'm good. Is he the best quarterback in the league? No. You don't need the best quarterback in the league, though, to win. If you got a nice team around him. And Jimmy G was good enough to do it. Just because we got to the Super Bowl and lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in 2019, that doesn't mean that we couldn't get back there and he couldn't win. Just because you didn't win it the first time don't mean you never can't win it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, and for the most part, in that Super Bowl in 2019, bro, they had them motherfuckers, bro. They was up 10 with, like, less than 10 minutes to go, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes had threw 2 interceptions in that game. He hadn't thrown 2 interceptions in a game all year. You know what I'm saying? And people always want to talk about the throw to Emmanuel Sanders. That did, bro, to me, the backbreaker was when we was on defense to 3rd and 15. That was the one. If we stop them on 3rd and 15 right there, we go on and win the Super Bowl, bro. Okay? But that's neither here nor there. But my thing is, what I was saying was about Brock Purdy is that everybody was saying about Trey Lance, oh, you know, he's a young player. He got to learn the system. He has to learn the league. And, you know, everything is moving fast for him. He'll get it in time. He's still growing. He's still learning. Excuse me. There's a guy by the name of Brock Purdy that soon as he got in there, he didn't need he didn't need no grooming. He didn't need no time. Like, that year was the year that Trey Lance was supposed to be the starter. Jimmy G was the backup. Actually, Jimmy G wasn't even supposed to be on the team, but I don't think they were able to find the trade that they wanted for him. So Jimmy G did report to camp, but he was off on the side, away from the team, still training and getting ready for the season, because he was going to play that year. They was just still trying to find a trade partner. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't find that. And then on top of that, once they got into training camp, I think they realized after seeing Trey Lance, he's not quite ready, right? But we're already making him the. So what we'll do is we'll sign Jimmy G and keep him as a backup. Okay? It was a blessing in disguise that Trey Lance got hurt the second game of that year, and Jimmy G came in, and I think he played the next 6, 7, or 8 games, and we took off. Okay? And then Jimmy G ended up getting hurt. Okay? And I think it was like week 8, 9, or 10 or something like that. And then that's when Brock Purdy came in. But Jimmy G that year was having the same type of year that he had in 2019 when we went to the Super Bowl. Jimmy G was playing the best football of his life that year, even more so than 2019 before he got hurt in, 2022? You know what I'm saying? And so when Brock Purdy came in, there was no drop-off. He picked up right where Jimmy G left off. You can go back and look at the numbers, look at the stats. You know what I'm saying? So my point is that why Brock Purdy didn't need to grow into it? Why Brock Purdy didn't need to learn the system? He needed time to develop. He didn't need none of that. He came right in, picked up right where Jimmy G left off, and we went to the NFC Championship game. And only reason why I believe we lost is because Brock Purdy got hurt on the first drive, and he couldn't throw the ball no more, and we didn't even have a fucking quarterback after that. So we lost to the Eagles, and they went on to the Super Bowl and lost to the fucking Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? So my point in saying that is to say that this is not a fluke, what Brock Purdy is doing. Like, does he have weapons around him? Yeah, he's supposed to. That means that the coaches and the front office did their fucking job. by assembling a good team. That's not a bad thing. I don't understand this shit where everybody want to, I want to see a nigga do it with, well, he's only doing this because he got good players around him. He's supposed to have good players around him, bro. That's how you end up with the best team. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, why should he have to prove that he can do it with a whole bunch of no names like me and you and shit? What does that prove? You know what I'm saying? So they doing the same thing with Brock Purdy. Now all of a sudden, the Niners, Brock Purdy, Brock Purdy ain't even playing bad this year, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could find this interview that Michael Lombardi did, because he straight crushed it, bro. He absolutely just straight crushed it, and I'm just glad. Like, I'm glad that the media. I'm glad that that front offices don't listen to fans, man, because these fans don't know shit. If you ask a fan, if you ask a football fan that roots for a team, if I ask a 49er fan that even watches the game all the time, if I ask them to watch a specific play, watch the offense, and tell me exactly what the offense is trying to do, not something simple like, they're trying to get yards and get a first down and get a touchdown. Yeah, we know that. I'm saying the intricacies about the play. Tell me, what do you see? What's going on? What is the guard? What is the offensive line doing? What is the guard doing? What is the left tackle doing? What is the fullback trying to do? What type of routes are the receivers running? The tight end, is he like what is going on this play? They could not tell you. They couldn't fucking tell you. They don't have a fucking clue. All they know is the result. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, but these are the same people that call in talking about Kyle Shanahan, he's over his head, get him out of here, fire him, and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. Like, you're fucking stupid, bro. Kyle Shanahan is a top 3 head coach in the league. If he is fired today, he will not have a job for more than 24 hours, bro. Another team will fire their fucking coach that they already got to get Kyle Shanahan. So it's fucking, I'm like, bro, like, these same things that you're saying about Kyle Shanahan now, were you saying that when we were going to the Super Bowl last year? If you weren't saying that, then you can't say it now. My thing is, if you truly feel that way and you really want Kyle Shanahan fired, you should have wanted him fired last year when we was going to the Super Bowl too. You can't just want him fired because we having an off year. That means you a wishy-washy ass fan. And I mean, you don't know what the fuck you watching. If you a Niners fan and you want Kyle Shanahan fired, bro, you're emotional. That's what you are. You're emotional like a bitch, like a female. Females do that. They get emotional, get all in their feelings, and they say shit that, say all this dumb shit because they in their feelings. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking level-headed or logically. You know what I'm saying? So they get all emotional and say a whole bunch of dumb shit and react and act out. And that's exactly what these fans do. Instead of thinking level-headedly and saying, hey, okay, we've had a down year. The season is still not over. We're 5-7. You know what I'm saying? If we can somehow find a way to get a win and then get another win and get another win, let's just see what happens. The Niners have done this before. We're fans, not experts. And hey, Uriel, like, and I understand it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like some of these fans, bro, like, it's like, back your team, man. Like show some fucking backbone for like you don't give a fuck about nothing that the nigga did before. Like, it's only about because we not winning right now, so you want to make that would be such a fucking overreaction of a move to make to fire Kyle Shanahan, because and everybody will talk, shut the season down now and this and that. Why would they do that? The season is not over. They still have a chance to make the playoffs. So, like, players and coaches don't think like that. Bro, shut the season down and let's get ready for next year. Huh? We eliminated? What the era I grew up in, nigga, you play till you play till the wheels fall off. Until you ain't got no, you know what I mean? And even after that, you're still getting paid. It's still your job. You feel me? But shit changing now. I'm a Niner faithful. That's the difference. Period. See, these motherfuckers is Niner fans. We're Niner faithful. You're right about that. Yeah, we're Niner faithful. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Kyle Shanahan can't be criticized, or for the Warriors, Steve Kerr can't be criticized, stuff like that. But I'm saying you got to keep it in perspective, bro. You got to give it context. Like, yeah, sometimes certain play calls, I'll be like, damn, Kyle, what the fuck was that? What the fuck are we doing? But I have to remember the totality of everything that he's done since he's been here. He knows more than me. I don't know more than him, and he's done enough to gain my trust that he knows what the fuck he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, firing Kyle Shanahan shouldn't even be a thought unless they have a year like they had this year, next year. Then I still don't think he should get fired, but maybe the thought of thinking about, okay, it's 2 years in a row, you know what I'm saying? Has our time passed us by? You know, are the players still into, but me, I still wouldn't think he should get fired. And I don't think that they will, barring like any major injury to anybody, you know what I'm saying? To anybody important. I think that they're going to come back next year and be better. I just do. And like I said, this year ain't even over. Now, the most games they've won this year in a row is 2 games, right? To get to a 10-7 record, that means they are going to have to win their last 5 games in a row yesterday. So they got to win 4 more games in a row. The way they played this year, does this look like a team that can win 5 games in a row? No, it doesn't. That doesn't mean it can't happen, though. Like, I'm gonna root for my team, bro, until it's all the way done. As long as Kyle Shanahan is there and Brock Purdy is behind center and healthy and standing upright, I'm gonna believe in this team, because those are the 2 most important entities: the head coach and the quarterback. As long as you got those things right, everything else you can kind of, fill in and you can kind of replace, so to speak. I'm not saying Christian McCaffrey is replaceable and all these great players are replaceable. I'm saying that you can, the quarterback is the one position that it's absolutely just not replaceable at all. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got another solid, serviceable quarterback behind your starter. But we don't. I'm not saying that our backup is like shouldn't be in a league or some shit, but he's a backup for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me though. But yeah, I just wanted to give my little spiel on that, because yeah, man, this new era of sport idol. They've become so entitled to the point to where they just feel like you're supposed every year. This new era sports fan has gotten so entitled to where they feel like you're just supposed to win every year. You feel me? Good Jay-Z. Good question. Because so I'm a musician, you know what I'm saying? I'm a rapper, I'm a producer, I'm an audio engineer. So that's my field. I grew up as an athlete as well, you know what I'm saying? And so I have a love for sports as well. So that's why I wanted to start this podcast. But music is my real, that's what I do. And Jay, my favorite rappers of all time. And yeah, I don't like to cross, I like to keep this podcast about sports, you know what I'm saying? but sometimes sometimes things happen in pop culture where I may want to speak on something. But that Jay-Z, so I do want to say this real quick about Jay-Z and this whole situation. See, I know I'm a rarity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think how everybody else thinks. I think for myself, right? I don't know nothing for fact. I wasn't there. I'm not, but I think that they picked the wrong one by fucking with Jay-Z. Okay? Like, I see what's happening now is like like these people think that like the media and the lawyers have made it seem like it's cool. You can just say anything about anybody. You know what I'm saying? And you can get a bag. That's a bad precedent to set, because eventually what's going to happen is you're going to run into the wrong one. Jay-Z is the wrong one. Now, Diddy was also the wrong one. He's just as powerful, right? But the difference with Jay-Z and Diddy is that Diddy had a couple cracks in his armor as far as he had videos out of him, abusing Cassie, and there was paper. There's like, I'm not even saying, I don't believe that even Diddy did everything that he's being accused of. I don't believe it. If you ask me, I just think that Diddy is just a freaky ass nigga. To me, I mean, that doesn't warrant you to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Now, you put your hands on a woman, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a jailable offense. But for what he did to Cassie, he can no longer be prosecuted for that. You know what I mean? So that's done. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying even with that, you know what I mean? I don't. We all know keep our hands off of females, but at the same time, I'm not the judge of him. That's something he got to take up with God. Like, I'm not gonna sit up there and look at Diddy and look at that video and be like, he's scum of the earth, and I'll be like, damn, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. I wouldn't want nothing like that to happen to my sister, my mom, my wife, my daughters, or anything like that. But at the same time, we all have transgressed. We all have done things, bro. Like, so, like, I'm not the judge of. I don't look at Diddy like I know I'm from the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm from East Palo Alto, California. You know what I'm saying? The same city that Devontae Adams is from. You know what I'm saying? And in the 90s, when I was a kid growing up, we was the murder capital. Like, I grew up around and goblins, you know what I'm saying, and gorillas. Best believe some of the motherfuckers that I got love for have put their hands on women before. You know what I'm saying? And so for motherfuckers sit up here and act like, oh, whoever was around condoning it, I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna sit there and see one of my friends beating on a girl or something like that, and I'm just gonna allow it to happen or something like that. But what I'm saying, bro, is that people are hypocritical, bro. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Diddy and Jay-Z, it's different because Diddy has things where you can go and look and see, hey, he did this or he did that, even, you know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z don't have that, bro. Like, and I like the fact that Jay-Z came out and said, oh, this is what y'all want to do? This is what you want to do? Okay, let's go. You know what I'm saying? He's saying, like, nigga, because for one, bro, Jay-Z has he got the money to fight whatever, he got some millions and millions and millions and millions to waste to fight for his name. He like, nah, y'all not gonna do this to me. Y'all not gonna just come on, a 13-year-old girl in the year 2000. Like, come on, bro. Like, these people. So for one, I don't believe Jay-Z did nothing to nobody. That's just me. I don't believe he did nothing to nobody. And I love the fact that he's coming out and with an emphatic denial and saying that if this is true, why y'all just going after me civilly? Go after me criminally. Like the things that you guys are accusing me of, you don't think that a person that did something like this should be in jail? Why would you go at it only civilly, meaning that you're only trying to get some fucking money? And Jay-Z like, nah, you ain't finna get none of my motherfucking money at all. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think about the Jay-Z thing. 216 to the Bay. RJ, what's cracking? What area code is 216? RJ, my fault. I have no clue. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's what I feel about the whole Jay-Z thing. I feel like, you know, and the thing about it, and I'm gonna tell you another thing about it too, is the thing that upsets me. Not upsets me, but the thing that I think about is because all this is, bro, is like, it's like, man, we are our own worst enemy, bro. You know what I mean? Black people, okay? All this is, bro, is Jay-Z has been winning for so, it's the same thing with Diddy too. Jay-Z has been winning for so long, bro, and he's so successful that people want him to see him like, oh, they got Jay-Z on something. So now here comes the brigade of people that want to, if you go look at the comments on YouTube to some of these, like it's disgusting, bro. It's sickening. Like, they want Jay-Z to be like a pedophile so bad. Why, bro? Why? What did Jay-Z do to you? What that, like, people don't understand. That says more about you as a human being than it does about him. You hate your life so much, and the fact that you got to get up and go to work every day, and he doesn't have to do that you're willing to see him come down. Like, that's I don't have that type of hate in my heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's all this shit comes from, bro. People hate their own lives, so they want to see these celebrities come down, and then they hide what they want to hide behind. What they want to hide behind is, oh, y'all worshiping these celebrities, and y'all, man, I don't worship nobody but God. I'm not worshiping no motherfucking celebrity about nothing. What I'm saying is, though, it's not right to have that somebody can just say some weirdo, some wild shit about you, and everything that you built up in your name and your brand can come crashing down because of a fucking lie. I don't like to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, one would say, okay, whatever somebody, you know, whatever happened to Diddy brought that on himself. Now, if somebody do some more weirdo shit and they bring that up on themselves, okay, cool. But I'm just saying, bro, that to me, Diddy, in the Diddy situation, I just look at it, hey, he just a freaky ass nigga that like freaky shit. Some motherfuckers just freaky like that. I don't think that's fucking jailable, though. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's something that he gotta, between him and God, that's a morality kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not the judge of him. You know what I'm saying? So that's more of the part about how the average person they want to see you fall. Like, they want to see you miserable because they're miserable. That's just, you never going to get to where you want to, where you're trying to get to a life being like that. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because, like I said, I'm a musician myself. Most of us that come from the urban areas, like, sad to say, not sad to say, but it just is what it is. A lot of the times, not all, okay, but a lot of times in our youth, we aspire to be that. We aspire to be a famous rapper, a famous singer, a famous actor, a famous athlete. That's just what we aspire to be in the black community. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So somebody like Jay-Z, who's of the culture, he's one of us. He's from the hood. Okay? He's still one of us, regardless of the fact of where he's at now and where he's gotten to. His roots he's from us. He's from the culture. So to have somebody that is from us, that is of us, get to a certain stature, and because he got there and you didn't, you want to see him fall, that's just some, I don't want to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a part of that at all. So that's my stance and my thought on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I hate to see it. Like what's happening to Diddy? Because I'm like, I grew up a Tupac fan. So it was fuck Bad Boy, fuck Diddy, fuck Biggie, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Into Diddy and his kids having to go through this shit. I don't like to see that. I don't like to see that at all. Now, like I said, anything that a man do that if you brought this on yourself, you brought it on yourself. You got to deal with it. But it's just like, this is what I'm saying. I'll end it like this. This is what I'm saying. When it comes to the Diddy, when it comes to the you know, the Jay-Z's, and even might I say Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. Okay? Like, but pertaining to Diddy, like, you're trying to put this man in jail, in federal prison for the rest of his life, bro. Like, that is a space that is reserved, that should be reserved for somebody that is a true, real, authentic threat to society, bro. Sean P. Diddy Combs is no threat to society, bro. Like, it's like, okay, pat him on give him a little fine. I mean, you know, give him, I don't know, man, give him a little time or something, a year or something, or you make him pay a hefty fine, you know, millions of dollars in damages or something. I mean, something, and let him, you know, I'll guarantee you by now he's learned he with all the how his name has been sullied, he gets the point now. He learned his lesson. You know what I'm saying? This is God sending him a message, but to try to put him in jail for the rest of his life, like, he's not a threat to society. He doesn't deserve to be in jail for the rest of his life. That's just me. I understand most people want to see him go away for the rest of his life. That's just because they hate their fucking life. You know what I'm saying? So they want to see somebody else suffer. You know what I mean? And that's fucked up. But that's where I stand on that. Same thing with R. Kelly. Motherfucker say, oh, he was. This is my thing. Whether it's under, like, to me, it's a different. I'm not okaying it. I'm not saying that I'm cool with it. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is that I don't look at. There's a difference with being a R&B megastar, superstar that can get any woman that they want, that's at the top of their game, fame-wise, money-wise. You prefer younger women. Not little girls, but younger women. May some of them be 17 or 18 or something like that. Maybe. I look at that as different than like somebody like old 40, 50, 60, and I'm not saying 40 is old, but I'm saying, you know, somebody that's 40, 50, 60-year-old man sitting out in front of a fucking middle school plotting on, you know, little girls getting out of school type shit. You know what I mean? So he can kidnap them, you know, stalk them, and rape them. And like, that's the category that they tried to put R. Kelly in. And I just don't, call me whatever. Y'all can say whatever. You a weirdo, you a psycho. But like, I got daughters. I'm not condoning none of that shit. I'm just saying that I don't look at it as the same. I don't look at those two as the same. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I feel like R. Kelly was just a freaky ass nigga. But he wasn't out. I don't feel like he was out here intentionally seeking out 12 and 13 and 14-year-old little girls to like have sex with them and all that. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you was doing that and you know, if you was whatever, the statue, whatever, I don't know, you know, whatever he brought it on himself, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not defending him or backing him. I'm just saying it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Some people will hear me say that and say I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo, I'm tripping. You know, I'm condoning. I'm not condoning none of that shit. I'm not condoning grown men sleeping with little girls at all. Come on now. I'm just saying that. I just said what I just said. So y'all take whatever the fuck y'all want to take from it. But that's that. You know what I mean? I don't want to stay on that too long. But that's my thoughts on Jay-Z. But yeah, so with the Niners, I gotta go get my little blunt and shit so I can roll my blunt. So with the Niners, with the Niners, you dig, if they can go on a little run, you know what I mean? They got one. We can somehow find a way to get a win against the Rams this week on Thursday night, which we can. If we can do that, we back at 7-7, and then we got action. You know what I'm saying? With 3 games to go. With 3 games to go. Yeah, I snuck up in there. I was trying to sneak up in here, up in this gate. Shit. This shit was about to close. You know what I'm saying? I snuck up in here right before that motherfucker closed so I can get up in here and go get my little blunt. But, yeah, so, if the Niners can get up in there, man, and if they can find a way to get right now, it'll be the best time. Nothing else even matters. If they can go on a 5-game winning streak going into the playoffs in the season 10-7, then then once you get to the playoffs, it is. It's a new season, and we've done this before. A few of our previous runs, deep playoff runs, have came in seasons where we started out 3-5, 3-4. You know what I'm saying? So if we get in, we're going to be a dangerous team. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You dig? So I'm finna talk about these Warriors now. But let me hold on, my fault. It's getting kind of hot now. Crazy. It's December. It's fucking December. But it feel like June in this motherfucker. Not in the morning though, or at nighttime. That should be cold in a motherfucker. Forgot my little blunt roll. Yeah though, man. So the Warriors. The Warriors. Now the Warriors. Okay. The Golden State Warriors got the win yesterday against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They played Minnesota back-to-back. They played them on Friday night, lost. You know what I'm saying? Then they played them last night. Looked like they was going to lose, but pulled out the win. And then they play them again fucking in a couple games. So, but the thing with the Warriors is that they started out their first 15 games, 12-3. Then they lost 4 in a row, fought 5, and then they lost 5 in a row. Okay. And they were 12-8. Okay. Then they won 1, lost 1, and then won again last night. So now they won 2 of their last 3. So now we're 14-9. Right? And the thing about it is, it started to look kind of like the things that were all the mishaps of last year. It seemed like they were kind of starting to come back to bite us. Yo, what's up, boy? You feel me? It seemed like those things were starting to come back to haunt us, right? And so I like the win last night because it came as a good team. You know what I mean? A team that was in the Western Conference Finals last year, and a team with a young budding superstar in Anthony Edwards. And it just give us some feel good, you know what I mean, after losing, 6 of the last 7. You know what I mean? Because that game last night was starting to feel like, okay, all right, the good vibes is gone. You know what I'm saying? The good vibes of the early season is gone. And so that game last night kind of, the game last night, my fault. The game last night kind of, gives us some feel good going into the week. You know what I mean? And it's just a good win. It's just a good win. And like I said, to me, it's dope because make sure y'all can't see nothing. To me, it's dope because as a Niner and a Warriors fan, they both got wins on the same day. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when they both play, because we know the Warriors play 3-4 nights a week. The Niners play once a week. You know what I'm saying? So when it became a day where both of them played on the same day, recently it seems like one of them win but the other one lose. So it's always like, as a fan, it's like, okay, yeah, we got the win Warriors, but the Niners lost. Oh yeah, we got the win Niners, but the Warriors lost. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to have a Sunday where I can do an episode and talk about both my teams winning. Okay. And Steve Kerr is just a mastermind, bro. Steve Kerr, he's just a mastermind. These fans that think they know more than Steve Kerr, you know what I'm saying? They're fucking idiots. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. Fans be frustrated. Fans be frustrated. They want their team to win, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I just feel like fans aren't logical, especially when they're in their emotions and feelings coming off of a loss. You know what I'm saying? And so, but Steve Kerr is doing a masterful job this year. You know what I mean? Just playing around with the combinations, with the rotations, and trying to find what's best. And just he's coaching this team to wins. You did. He's coaching this team to wins. And I seen a comment this morning on so out here in the Bay Area, there are two main local sports stations. You got KNBR, they more logical, you know what I'm saying? They more for the real, authentic sports fan, okay? Then you have 95.7 The Game, sensationalizing, you know, a field, you know, just a whole bunch of what you call it? Just a whole bunch of, you know, fake narratives and all that. You know what I'm saying? And so I was listening to 95.7 The Game. I follow a few of their social media pages, you know what I'm saying, on Twitter and on Instagram and all that. And so on Instagram, after the Warriors game last night, you know, they post little highlights of the game, hey, Warriors win and all that type of shit. And one of the comments that stood out to me was somebody commenting and said, somebody said, so are you guys going to give Steve Kerr some credit, or are you guys only going to fucking complain when when the team loses? And it's so refreshing to see that and hear other fans feel that same way, because that's exactly what happens, dog. You know what I'm saying? When the team loses, fire Kerr. When the team, there's no mention of Steve Kerr, of I said this when the team lost, give him credit for what he did tonight in a win. There's none of that. You know what I'm saying? So these fans don't know shit. And I'm a fan. And I'm I'm not here to make it seem like I'm above, but I am above some of you fans that think y'all, if you a fan and you think you know more than the coach or the front office or the motherfuckers that's actually in the building, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a fucking idiot. Period, point blank. Ain't no other way to slice it. You're an idiot. You don't know more than them, bro. They're in the building, work there. You know what I'm saying? That's like a motherfucker coming in your house, ain't never been in there, don't know nothing about your family or the household or nothing, or where nothing at, but gonna try to tell you where shit should go, how shit should be. Like, nigga, you don't know what the fuck going on over in here. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, nah, man, I just think it's one of them things. I see the Warriors for what they are now. You know what I'm saying? The 12-3 start kind of made it feel like, oh, they finna go on another historic run. This is one of them teams. But then, you know, the last, 8 games, they went 2-6. You know what I'm saying? And so I think they're somewhere in the middle, okay? So I look at the Warriors as a team, high 40s, low 50s in wins. So I see the Warriors this year winning anywhere from 47 to 53 games. You know what I'm saying? I believe they can get to 50. You know what I mean? What's going to determine that, I believe, is injuries and stuff like that. But, you know, and like I said, I'm not saying that these coaches can't be critiqued like they're perfect, you know what I'm saying? But you got to keep it in perspective. This man, Steve Kerr, has brought 4 rings. So as I say that, you know, I also say this, is that sometimes I do think Steve Kerr is a little bit too maniacal with the minutes, as far as like, you know, I understand you want to keep Steph Curry at these many minutes and this and like, man, this motherfucker, I came over here. I just came over here. Ain't kind of these motherfuckers. Oh, this nigga right in my spot, nigga, the spot I was just in, bitch ass nigga. I should go over there anyway. Go park along the side. Whole ass. Fuck your bitch ass doing in my spot, nigga. You feel me? But nah, I'm thinking like this, bro. That fuck was I saying, man? I'm getting off track. My fault. This is not good content. Here you go, this bitch ass nigga leaving right here. Look at this nigga. Little ass shit. Nigga, get out my motherfucking spot, bitch. I don't know that, man. I'm just talking shit. But yeah, I look at the Warriors as being somewhere in the middle of their first 15 games and their last 8. You know what I mean? First 15 games, they was 12-3. The last 8 games, they've been 2-6. Okay. They're somewhere in the middle of that. Do I see them winning a championship this year? I don't. I hope I'm pleasantly wrong. I'm not saying, like, ain't no juggernaut team out there. So if the Warriors happen to catch lightning in a bottle, not necessarily catch lightning in a bottle, but if they are playing basketball, if they're playing their best basketball at the highest level in March and April and May, then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that they can do something because they have championship pedigree. You know what I'm saying? And they've won the championship in recent years. So it ain't like, you know, it ain't like it's been 6-7 years or more since they won their last championship. It's been, what, 2 years? You know what I'm saying? So 2-3 years. So I will say, let me say, but yeah, that's what I was saying. Steve Kerr with his minutes, the minutes restrictions and stuff. Sometimes I feel like for me, I understand it's an 82 game season. Steve Kerr has talked many times about the one thing I do disagree with Steve Kerr about is him talking about the season should go from 82 games to 72 games. I disagree like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand. Like, if the players back in the day could play 82 games with no problem, you know what I mean, making less money, not having the access to this new technology and all this shit, man. Private flights, private jets, you know what I mean? Just all these different things that they got nowadays. You know what I'm saying? The upgrades and the types of medicine and the doctors and everything is if they didn't, and they played more, they didn't complain about it back then, like, why now? Like, and so I disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? I just think these players nowadays, they just a little softer, bro. The world has made them softer. You know what I'm saying? This era, LeBron fucking James and the LeBron James era definitely ushered in some softness off the top. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree with that. I think he should stay right at 82. You know what I'm saying? And I think he should stay right at 82. But I just think that, see, I'm about winning, right? And so I understand, you know, he wants to conserve minutes, you know what I'm saying? And he wants to what you call it? He want to conserve minutes and I get it. I get it. I definitely get it to a certain extent because Draymond and Steph are older players now. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely get it. You know, but sometimes when it's those games, man, where we either been having a lead and the other team's coming back, or it's a close game, you know what I mean? It's the fourth quarter and it's 9 minutes to go and Steph still ain't back in because you want to hold them out to 6 or 7 minutes and all that. But the game is tinkering. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Those, like, we need wins, bro. One thing that to me that has been proven with my Golden State Warriors is that we need to avoid that motherfucking play-in at all costs. We don't do well in that motherfucker. Now, if we get your ass in a 7-game series, okay, then we got action. But that one game, one-off, sudden death shit, that don't work well for the Warriors. So we need to avoid that. And how we avoid that is making sure we get as many regular season wins as possible. So that way we ain't got to worry about playing in that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so if it's a game where it's close, back and forth, nip and tuck, and Steph Curry ain't in the game, and you want to wait another 2 or 3 minutes to put him in the game, you know what I'm saying? That 2 or 3 minutes could be the difference in a win and a loss. And that win or loss can be the difference, or may be the difference in us being a playing team or not being a playing team. So that's all. That's all I be saying. Sometimes I be like, come on, like, Steve, what's up, bro? Like, you see these other niggas sometimes the offense gets a little stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it get a little stagnant even with Steph Curry out there. But a lot of times it's when Steph is not out there. You know what I'm saying? Because even when he's out there and he may be having a off shooting night, if he's out there on the court, bro, the attention that he brings is so like, you got to pay so much attention to him regardless, that it's going to benefit the other players out there on the court. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of whatever, if he's out there, you're a better team. I mean, that's not saying anything groundbreaking, but stuff like that be my only gripe with Steve Kerr. You know, it'd be the like, my point is, yeah, limit the minutes and all that, but limiting minutes shouldn't come at the detriment of a win or a loss. You know what I'm saying? I understand, sometimes, maybe 1 or 2 losses every here and there. Maybe if you are a team that, knows that you're going to rack up a lot of wins, then, it's not that big of a deal. But, we are a team that the past 2 years, and even sometimes during our championship years, we blow leads, bro. So if we blowing a lead and Steph Curry not in the game, man, put that nigga back in the game. You know what I'm saying? Put his ass back in the game, man. We need to get this win. Fuck all this. Yeah, well, I want to conserve his minutes. Let's see if the guys out there can right the ship. Nah, man. Fuck that. They can't right the ship. They need some help righting the ship. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so that's one critique that I have of Steve Kerr. But other than that, I ain't really got too much. He's doing a masterful job this year. He's doing a masterful job, period. You know what I'm saying? His whole team this year, definitely. Other parts of the Warriors that, like, these turnovers, bro, like, these are elementary AAU style turnovers, bro. Like, it's like, bro, you guys got to stop doing this, bro. I understand. Oh yeah, their style of play, they're always going to have, a certain level of turnovers and this and that and blah blah blah. Like, true to a certain extent, but I mean, dude, like, you gotta reel it in, bro. You got to reel it in. It gotta be, you gotta be 15 turnovers or less, bro. Like, straight the fuck up. Like, just giving possessions away. You know what I mean? So you're taking possessions away from yourself and giving the opponent more possessions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gotta learn how to put the ball. Let me see what these motherfuckers are saying. I may get a few pointers off of this shit.
Coming together for them, right? But even if they were to sneak into the play,
you're in control of your destiny. But right now, we could win out and still be out because you got to sit on the sideline and cheer for somebody to lose, and that sucks. Period. End of story. But hey, we watch the games because it's our team. And yeah, we still do got a chance. And if the heavens grace us and we get in, well, it's time to put our shoes on and hit some people in the mouth. Bang, bang, ladder gang, red and gold, till I'm dead and cold. I'm out.
Wow, 16%.
Hey, that's some real shit. Red and gold till I'm dead and cold, bitch, off the top. Yeah. That's my motto now. I like that. I heard that before somewhere else. I just forgot about that.
How much time we got? Kyler Murray. No. Save it for tomorrow. Okay. What do you mean? What have you turned into? Oh, it's so funny.
Red and gold until I'm dead and cold. Off the top, nigga. That's a slogan for your motherfucking ass, bitch.
Guru. Add guru to that list.
This is 95.7 The Game right here, who I was talking about. These motherfuckers is a piece of shit. Nah, but I like this show right here. I like Sonny and Guru for different reasons.
Everything you say is right, Mark.
It's entertaining. Their style of radio personality, I don't all the way agree with, because I feel like it's a lot of, getting the fans rowdy and, like I said, narrative driven based, and they talk about a lot of things that haven't happened and pretend like the thing I hate is worrying about things like these motherfuckers talking about shit for, well, in 4 years and 5 years, what is this team going to look like? Who gives a fuck what the team look like in 4 or 5 years? I understand that's the job of, like, the front office got to think about stuff like that. But I'm saying for you, the fan, for you, the media, like, why are we talking? Like, it's about right now. Why are we talking about that? You know what I'm saying? And then it'd be the worst thing you can do as a human being is go back and forth in your brain worrying about something that hasn't even happened yet. And that you have the opportunity to stop it from happening, even if it's going to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? They say that in the Bible. You know what I mean? Like God said, like, what are you worried about? Like, worrying adds no days to your life. It actually takes days away. So you worrying about all this other shit, like, what for? You're not going to fix the problem by worrying about it. You got to either do something about it, pray about it, like, you know what I mean? But sometimes it just is what it is. You know what I mean? A lot of times situations work themselves out, meaning God is going to work it out for you. You know what I mean? As long as you put your trust and faith in him, that's what he wants. You know what I mean? If you worrying about some shit, that means you're leaning on your own understanding, trying to figure it out yourself instead of leaning on him, you know what I'm saying? And asking him for guidance and to guide you down the right path of getting whatever you need to get fixed. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I've been having to learn lately as well. You feel me? So, let me see my Chevrolet. But yeah, man. Let's see here.
Starts, 33 starts, 32 starts, 32 starts. There's a price to be paid. I mean, look at what a guy like Frankie Montas.
Man, y'all niggas talking about baseball. Nobody want to hear about no fucking baseball.
You can control, secure, and monitor your growth.
You know what I'm saying? But where's my settings at? Yeah, man. Settings. Wi-Fi hotspot. My Chevrolet 2897. Okay, right here. What y'all on, man? Okay, the password 876. To the internet, you're offline. Okay, this shit still don't work. I wonder why it does that, bro. But yeah, nah, man. The Warriors, yeah, the turnovers, man, they got to clean up on that. But yeah, right now, you know, the Warriors are essentially showing me, you know what I mean? I look at the Warriors as this year's team as a make the playoffs and get bounced in the first or second round. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I see them as. You feel me? I hope I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I would be fucking elated. You feel me? If the Warriors can somehow find a way to win another championship, man. You feel me? SLV sounds. Let's see here.
People, listen to this.
Yeah, man. What's your long game? Roll it up some more. Yeah, I'm gonna end this live soon. I'm just, I'm at an hour and 35, so I'm gonna probably go another I'm probably gonna just wrap it up at 2 hours and give y'all another 25 minutes and do it moving, man. You know? Yeah. Chia. New details. AD sued for assault and lawsuit. What y'all on, man? I done said everything basically that I wanted to say. What else about the Warriors, man?
What's the no, Dad? Don't go on a Fritos diet. That's not. I don't think that's how you do it. But you do you. You did you. Tell them what the show's been about, Mouth, and let's see what they think. Is it sports? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a bunch of it.
Yeah. Just. Well, I'd like to hear Dibs. Should I recap it? Let's go. George Kittle yesterday after they beat the Bears.
I think the message was we need to play with more of a sense of urgency and play desperate because you just haven't really sensed that. And like, I've been on teams where it felt like, was it 2 years ago we were on whatever, like 8-9 game win streak, whatever that was. And it literally felt like every play people were just scratching, clawing, and fighting for everything.
This is George Kittle talking.
Anybody out? Like we've all like not taking a play out, but like, just not fought our hardest on every given play. And that was kind of the message, like, guys, just put it all out there because we have the players, we have the playmakers, we have the play call, we have everything to win games, but like we have to do it out of desperation. And when you're playing desperate and you're playing like, hey, if we don't win this game, our season potentially is over. That desperation fuels guys in different ways, and it's just how you take that and how you channel that energy. And I thought our guys did a great job of that today.
Yeah, and so I just want anybody who over the course of the last 11 or 12 weeks said, you know what, I just don't think this team's playing with urgency. I just stop playing with enough desperation. Go ahead and take your victory lap. Take your victory lap. Because your starting tight end just said that. We're not fighting, clawing, scratching for every yard like we did a couple of years ago. Question is why? That's me. Let me tell you about.
He didn't say that. This is what I'm saying. Like, I understand how you can flip it and turn it into him saying that. That's not what he said. He didn't say. We just heard what he said. I just heard what George Kittle said. This motherfucker is going to try to say that he said that George Kittle was basically saying that, they weren't playing. Essentially, they haven't been playing hard this year as they should have. And that's not what he said. He's saying that, yeah, they were playing hard, but they weren't playing good enough. So now the fact that they put themselves in a situation to where they have to play hard, you know what I'm saying? I understand you have to play hard and you should play hard every time, every game. But sometimes certain things, you know what I'm saying, that you can win a little bit too much, man, and have it give you kind of like a sense of complacency, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he wasn't saying that they're not playing hard. It's just that they're in a position now to where they can't afford to not play hard, or they have to play even harder. You know what I'm saying? Because of the situation that they put themselves in. That's what he was saying. You know what I mean? He wasn't saying that they wasn't playing hard. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying he's wrong. That's his reality. I thought, well, that's the coach's job.
See,
he's saying his reality. Not to motivate, but to see that you guys are half-assed and are not playing with urgency.
You know better than that.
What you mean?
You have you have teenagers and 20-year-olds, so you just
they're not multi-millionaires. You just tell them players.
You tell them to have urgency, and then they.
It doesn't matter.
No, Willard. No. This is a natural. We disagree.
But fine.
If that's an indictment on coaches, right?
I disagree.
There. Okay, why?
I disagree
why?
Because urgency is not created with words. Urgency is created by, in my opinion, a feeling that is in your actual belly. You actually have to feel fear for that urgency to come. And another person can...
Hi, quick question. Do you know the sound of Mystical? Ain't gonna see tomorrow. I'm French. Take care of yourself. Not sure what you speak of, but shout out to you and shout out to France.
And you hear your stud tight end say that in week 13.
Yes.
That's an indictment on the coaches.
That can be your opinion, and that's fine. And I don't think that Kyle Shanahan or anybody has the power to go to other adult men and create urgency in them. You can do that with words. That's all a coach can do. You know what we want him to do? Walk around with a bat and act like he's going to swing it at him? You can't do that with words. And the problem, and I think this is what this Steiny's point that he's talking about, the problem and the difference between the 49ers and the Chiefs and the marathons they've run is that the Chiefs have won the marathons and the 49ers did not. Therefore, they have not received the fruit, which makes all of the effort worth it. And instead, they receive what people refer to as a Super Bowl hangover, which is more just the dread of, oh my God, we've got to now try to climb this mountain again,
all over again
after doing it all these times and not getting the fruit. And so what I think it led to was too many 49er players who do not believe that the regular season was a threat. And you can't tell them that it is. They have to feel it. And I don't think they felt it until Geno Smith went right down the field.
Fanta orange.
And in that moment, it was, oh crap, we're actually in trouble. And then their next chance to go back out there, they got on a plane to Wisconsin without their quarterback. And now you're really in trouble.
So they're I'm just asking. They're 6-7 because of a hangover.
No,
I'm supposed to ignore everything that
you can do whatever you want, but they're 6-7 for 1,000 reasons. But you spotlighted one thing and said that's an indictment on coaching. I don't believe a human being can create urgency in another human being.
I agree.
You have to feel that. You have
a boss's job is to motivate or light the fire under their employees.
That's you're talking about children.
And there's different ways to do that.
No. A boss's job is not to light a fire. I've had many jobs. Whoever was my direct supervisor or boss, so to speak, did not do anything to motivate me to do my job. They explained to me and trained me on what the job consists of and what you have to do to successfully do the job. But they not every day walking around the job done. No, they hire you to do a job, they train you to do it, and they expect for you to be able to do that job. Like, so Guru is talking fantasy shit. Like that's and Mark Willard is trying to explain to him, like, bro, a coach can only do so much. Kyle Shanahan can only say, like, yeah, he can attempt to motivate, but any professional athlete, by the time you get to the pros, bro, like, yes, there are certain games where you can get up for a little bit more than other games. There are certain coaches that can maybe inspire you to, but that got to be within you already, though. You can't wait for the coach to give you some type of rah-rah speech to get you pumped up. Like, you're a professional, bro. So Guru trying to make it like, oh, it's on the coach. It's on the coaches to make sure that they're fired up and motivated to play and this and that and blah, blah. Not necessarily. That can be a part of it. Some coaches are more motivational. Some coaches are more X's and O's. Some coaches are both. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it is not a coach's job to, like, if a player isn't playing inspired, you can, I don't believe you can blame the coach on a professional level. Now, if you're talking about Pop Warner, AAU, JV, high school, and even, some college, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'll give you that because you're not dealing with professionals. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're still, by the time you become a professional, you already supposed to have that innately within you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's my whole thing with that. You feel me? Is that for me? No, on a professional level, no. I'm not gonna blame the coaches because this man out here on the field moping around and not playing his and like come on, bro. This we pros, bro. We not supposed to need all that.
Kyle didn't say anything week 5.
Well, exactly.
Or he didn't say anything week 6. Or he didn't say anything week 3.
So what do you think Kyle would say if one of the media members, I'm just being real, that for him and just wanted his thoughts? Do you think I would have been like, damn, y'all put me on Front Street, not trying to put me on Front Street, because it looks like I didn't do that, and they had to go police themselves, and my job is to have a pulse on all 53 of my players.
And this is where I'll defend Mark and Steiny to the extent that you can motivate, but if the person that you're trying to motivate is not being motivated by your speaking or your actions, well then you're just, whizzing into the wind, and it's not going to work. And Mark uses the analogy about being a parent with kids, and he's got a senior in high school, and he can motivate his kid to get up at 7:00 and have breakfast, and off you go to school. And you go through and you try to motivate him, and you get through one straight days where he's either late or not eating breakfast or whatever it is. Yeah. I don't know your situation, but
you kind of do. I told him this last week. If you want to use it, but the analogy works. I'm not saying that they're on the 49ers.
I'm on live right now.
But I am telling you right now, two things are very clear. A, my words alone cannot motivate them. And B, if we have radio shows about the job that I'm doing with the three of them, and their output is what we're all judging.
What's going on with you? Shit. I'm on my live doing one of my little sports shows. I'm on YouTube, man. Check me out.
I'll check you out when I can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, for sure.
I believe that over the course of the season,
that's my little neighbor and shit.
We're not good enough yet. But we're not playing well enough. We got to play harder. We got to play tougher. We got to be more physical. Like, to me, those are all the same ways of saying, we got to create more urgency. And I'd be shocked if he never said it. But I do agree. Like, Mark, you'll like this one. I'm ready. I say, and everyone's like, well, why now? Why now? I'm like, well, because they're 5-7, and if they lose, they're done. Just like, when does an alcoholic decide that one's my last one? When you absolutely 100% feel the fear of I'm going to die if we don't do this today.
Yep.
I agree.
Rock bottom.
Not it might not go well if I don't do it today. Means you're not quite ready. Nope.
Well, here's an example of Kyle Shanahan. I do like that, but when I look at what Shanahan did, this is where I think that he missed the bar.
All right.
So we had Ronnie Bell drop a very important pass, which didn't directly result in a loss, but it kind of did. And Ronnie Bell was allowed to still be a Niner for 5 more weeks, and then you cut him. Here's an idea. If you want to motivate, when he drops the ball, you cut him. You cut that man. You cut that man the next day, and you tell your team, guess what, fellas? This is not going to be tolerated. Instead, well, we're going to give Ronnie a few more chances and stuff. And it was kind of a flaccid move to cut him 5 weeks later. You want to motivate?
That's kind of a hard thing. It's a hard
cut him
on a physical mistake.
And man. But
and Ronnie Bell has been making those mistakes over and over. And I don't know if you watched a lot of Red Zone yesterday.
I think that's a wrap, man, on this one. I'll be back with another one. You know. Yeah, I'll be back with another one. You feel me?
Let's say Christian McCaffrey comes back and
I'm feeling another thing too. Speaking on this is that man, with how these teams is have been playing, you know what I mean? The Niners this whole year and the Warriors the past 3 weeks or so, 2-3 weeks. I mean, I always do it, but lately, now I'm gonna cover the teams and players that I like to talk about. That just is what it is. So my podcast is gonna be off the top. A lot of Niners content, a lot of Warriors content. You know what I'm saying? That just is what it is. But to relieve even my own self, to give myself a mental relaxation, so to speak. You feel me? I'm gonna start focusing more on, talking about other players and teams. I know y'all can go back in my whole podcast, and I don't just talk about the Warriors and the Niners, but most of my content is about that. And lately it's been a lot about that because that's it's just what I've been interested in, and mainly because a lot of my viewpoints be geared towards the local sports media and the local sports fans out here in the Bay that are so wishy-washy, you know what I'm saying, with their fandom and with how they cover the teams. You know what I'm saying? So, and to show that there's a different side, there's a part of the fan base out here that is smarter than just being overreactory to either a win or a loss. You know what I'm saying? And especially when it comes to the Warriors, a team that gave us so many good moments and brought us 4 championships, bro. It's like, at this point, every Warriors fan should just be satisfied, bro. Nobody should be complaining about nothing. You know what I'm saying? At least while this era is still here with Steph and Steve Kerr and Draymond and stuff like that. Once all of those pieces are gone, okay, then we could really start to focus on what the next era is going to be. And then if it takes the team a while to get back to the top, then we can start complaining and all that other shit. And even then, it's still like, what do you expect, bro? Like, this, it don't usually happen. Like, you know what I mean? Usually, like, most of the time what this signifies, a dynasty like this, what the Warriors had, that usually means the next 10 years, after the dynasty is completely done and every important piece to that part, as far as players and coaches, is gone. That usually means you usually gonna have about 10 years of mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? If not straight horrendous play and bad teams. You know what I'm saying? You can look at the Bull. Now, I know there are exceptions. You know what I'm saying? You could, but well, really, there's no exceptions. Well, there is 1 or 2 exceptions. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, okay, no. Well, if I'm talking about dynasties, I guess there is no exception. Because if I want to think about the Celtics in the 60s, you know what I'm saying? I can't sit here and say I know everything about that era and the era that came right after it in the 70s. I want to say that the Boston Celtics squeezed out a championship somewhere in the 70s, but they weren't what they were in the 60s and in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it took about a whole era, and in sports, I call eras not definite, not infinitely, but I kind of look at eras as every 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So it took them, almost a complete era to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? Once Bird arrived in 79, going into the 80s, then they were able to recapture that magic. And then, look at the Bulls after Jordan. They weren't a good team again until they got Derrick Rose. And that was short-lived. That was only a few years, but they were on the way up. And then he started to have injuries, and we all know what happened after that. You can go to the Lakers. Okay? The Lakers of the 80s. Once that era was done with Pat Riley and Kareem and Magic and Worthy, and once that era was done, yeah, they had about almost up to 10 years before. Yeah, I know Kobe came in 96, and their last championship before he came was 88, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So that's only a difference of 8 years, not 10 years. But they didn't win it again until 2000. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was 12 years in between. So they had to go through a whole era. If you look at what the Spurs is doing right now, their last championship came in 2014. You know what I'm saying? It's 2024 right now. And guess what? They're still not a contender or nothing like that, but they got a player that's it's in his second year, Victor Wembanyama. And right now, I believe, like last year, they were just bad. And the years before that, they were just they were a bad team because now the coach, Greg Popovich, has still been there, but it's different now. It's not the same as when they were in their prime with Timmy and Manu and David Robinson and Tony Parker, and then Kawhi came. You know what I'm saying? Sean Elliott and Bruce Bowen, and you just they had Avery Johnson over there. You know what I mean? Steve Kerr got a couple championships with it. You know what I'm saying? So once again, the last 10 years, you know what I'm saying, haven't been so hot. Now they're just now getting to a point where you can kind of look and see in the near future if they keep building on to what they got and Wemby keeps, accelerating, then yeah, you could possibly see 2-3 years. You know what I mean? Because last year they was bad. And even, like I said, the years before that. But right now, I understand it's still, quote unquote, the beginning of the season, but they're a 500 ball club. You know what I'm saying? And, if they can keep this up throughout this whole year and just get to 40, 41, 42 wins, that's a big improvement from last year. You know what I'm saying? And so what that's going to mean is in their third year, they're probably going to be expected to make a significant jump, and and kind of start to make some noise. You feel? If you go to football, and you look at the Patriots, look at what they're going through right now. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like this for the next few years. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to have to find a quarterback, and they're going to have to figure out a way to rebuild the team. Gerard Mayo, it's a question as to if he's the right coach to make that happen. It's to TBD. We don't know. You know what I mean? It's only his first year. It's still playing out. You know what I mean? We'll start to maybe kind of get more of a feel for it. I would say halfway through next year. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Tom Brady left, and I think his last year there was 2019. Okay, went to the Bucs in 2020, won the Super Bowl. That was his first year there, and I believe Tom Brady's last year was what, 2022. So last year, 2023, was his first year not playing. And this year is his second year not playing, his first year on TV as a broadcaster. You feel me? So, but ever since he left, and now Bill Belichick isn't there anymore, but it's not the same. So and they're going to be like that for a little while. It seems the way, like, I don't genuinely believe in basketball gods and all, and sports gods and all that, you know what I'm saying? But, for lack of a better term to use, it just seems like the sports gods, once they bless you with a dynasty, they're not going to then reward you with another one back to back. There are certain exceptions, okay? Maybe not of a dynasty, but of a team being able to sustain a certain level of being good for a very long time. If you look at the Green Bay Packers, okay, they're kind of in the midst of that right now, going from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. You know what I'm saying? Now, both of the previous quarterbacks, both won one Super Bowl. And that's good. You at least got one. But you know what I'm saying? As great as those quarterbacks were, you would thought that they would at least been able to squeeze out a couple, multiple. You know what I'm saying? But neither one of those were like quote unquote dynasties. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at the history of the Green Bay Packers, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that both of those quarterbacks did win at least one Super Bowl, and they were always kind of seemed like they were close, you know what I mean? Every other year, they were always a team that, was a playoff team. And some years, maybe the Brett Favre Packers or the Aaron Rodgers Packers were better than other years. You know what I'm saying? More contenders this year than that year. But they were still able to stay as a consistent good team. You know what I'm saying? And so that's, kind of like one exception. You look at the Niners of the 80s and 90s, after Joe Montana, they went into Steve Young. You know what I'm saying? And they was able to still continue. Now, the Steve Young's Niners, they won one Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So you would consider one Super Bowl a dynasty, but the thing is that one Super Bowl connected to 4 other Super Bowls that still had other players that were so, you know what I mean? Even though it was a different quarterback from the first 4 to the last one, and a different head coach from the first 3 to the last 2, even though George Seifert, that 89 Super Bowl, that was essentially Bill Walsh's team. But, Bill Walsh had retired. So, but yeah, so there are certain different circumstances where there are different scenarios. But for the most part, once you have a dynasty, you know what I'm saying? You gonna follow that up with about 5 to 10 or more years of just being a horrible team. So, but yeah, my phone finna die. Snax on Sports, I'm gone. I'll be back with another one in a minute. You did.